Well, I think that they are true. We have seen from the satellite imagery that some construction work continues in Nyon. But we should not be surprised because the summit didn't agree on any freeze of the program. So, and if you look, this construction works at the experimental light water reactor or 5 megawatt reactor. These are constructions which have been underway already for several years. So we should not be surprised in seeing this activity. And it doesn't look to me from those images which I see that there's increased activity. This is just a business as usual, and they continue the construction until they agree on the freeze. Well, we see that some other related facilities are under construction. For example, some facilities related to the missile program. They continue the basic construction of new facilities. We don't know what is the actual status inside the facilities because, again, satellite imagery doesn't tell it. But I think that we should be thinking on the following way. As long as there is no freeze, North Korea is going to produce additional enriched uranium. It's going to develop further its missiles, etc. So I think we should stay calm and focus on stopping this. Well, we don't know exactly what is there. Again, we are entirely relying on the satellite imagery. But if you go back to the history and look at the acquisition of nuclear-related equipment and materials, I mean non-nuclear materials like materials which you use for centrifuge manufacturing, it's quite obvious that in North Korea they have at least 1 or 2 additional facilities on top of the Nyon in terms of the uranium enrichment. So this probably is one good candidate for that. Let's look a little bit back to the history. So there are certain indications that North Korea started to think uranium enrichment already at late 80s. It's not something very recent. And they probably did some small experiments, but probably not successful. And then in 1994, they got this opportunity to conclude a better deal with the Pakistanis and Dr. A.Q. Khan. And then they started the second phase of their program. And then, in 2010 was revealed the Nyon site and a couple of thousand centrifuges there. If you look those centrifuges, you cannot build such a kind of facility without experimenting before with the centrifuges. And if you look the timelines for the experimentation, that has not happened in Nyon at the fuel fabrication plant. It must have been somewhere else. Because first of all, we have not seen yet an agreed definition. What is denuclearization? Now, then the difference is, again, compared to 1992 and today, is that now North Korea has nuclear weapons and it has means to deliver them. So we need to design what it means to denuclearize the weapon part of the program. Take all the fissile material away, dismantle the facilities which produce that, dismantle facilities which manufacture nuclear weapons, dismantle all the explosive test facilities which are relevant to nuclear weapons manufacturing and design, what to do with the missiles. So we need to agree on all those things and then parameters and timelines how to do it. So there's a lot of work ahead, and I think that we are just in a very early stages, and that's why we need to give and exercise some patience and see how this comes out at the end. I think that they should report, and they should be reporting all of them, not just some. And this is the lesson which we learned from the agreed framework and joint statement from 2005. So this will be the first test for the North Korea to demonstrate that this time they start differently, and this is a genuine offer to denuclearize Korean Peninsula. North Korea exported nuclear technology to Libya, we know. They most likely exported nuclear technology to Syria. They have exported their missile technology to a number of countries. So first of all, we need to know what they have exported in order to have a full picture, identify the installations which were involved on those activities so that we can adequately monitor them. So it's not only monitoring of the people and the scientists, but it's also monitoring of manufacturing capabilities because of their past record.